Welcome to Guitar Gallery. It's Stefan and Stefan here. Today we're going to do another review. It's a Lowden F32C. Been looking forward, Stefan, to have this model here. We obviously do have quite a nice selection of Lowden guitars for you to come and try out. But the Lowden F32C, first time that we actually have it here, it's a very popular model, I think for two reasons. The first one, the F body shape is a very popular model for Lowden guitars. And secondly, Sitka spruce top, rosewood back and sides.
It's a classic combination.
That's the combination I like. So it's just a very popular guitar. Just to take you through the wood specs quickly. If you look at the top, a beautiful Sitka spruce top, rosewood bridge, and then if you look at the back and sides, you've got this beautiful East Indian rosewood. And just look there. I mean, this finish just makes it look amazing.
Just an amazing set. And I like the feel of the finish as well. I'm a fan of a matte finish. It just feels like a piece of wood. It just feels right at home.
And then just to remind you about the 5-piece neck, which creates a more rigid neck and more sustain. And also the braces on the inside, X brace with the A brace there. A brace creates a more rigid area around the sound hole, which tends to be the weakest area of the top. And that also results in a lot of sustain. So Stefan, what's interesting for me about this guitar, Lowden has been around for many years, I think over 40 years, George Lowden has been building guitars. It's a very unique guitar. It's very different to a lot of other guitar brands that we actually have here. It's got a lot of character. It's a beautiful guitar. In a way, it reminds me of a more modern guitar if I compare it to some. I don't know what you've experienced.
Yeah, the first thing, if you play a Lowden, there's nothing that sounds like a Lowden. You said it's got a unique voice, and that's absolutely true. It sounds like nothing else, and nothing sounds like it. It's got its tonal characteristics, but when it comes to the voice of the guitar, if you compare that to, for example, the well-known Martin tone, which can sound older, like it just sounds vintage, off the bat like an older vintage instrument. What Lowden does is they voice their guitars. It sounds like a modern voice. It's an open, a more clear. It's hard to describe, but what I appreciate about that is that you can use it as a creative tool, whether it's your only guitar or one in a collection. It's got a very unique voice, as opposed to the other guitars that we know.
But versatile at the same time.
Very much so.
So Stefan, then I'm going to give you a chance to tell me three things that stood out for you while playing on this guitar. So what were those three key things?
Well, the first one is easy, like the sustain that you get from a Lowden, and what I also like is from the Lowdens that we have in stock and all the ones that we've had before, one thing that all of them have in common is amazing sustain, like unearthly sustain. I do not know how they achieve that. So that's
we do know that they do believe in having a more rigid neck and getting the area. Strengthen the area around the sound hole is obviously part of it. I'm sure there's a few other secrets, but it's not by coincidence that it's happened.
No,
it's design.
If it was coincident, it wouldn't have happened on all of them.
Exactly.
So the sustain is a very powerful trait of Lowden guitars, and then this one specifically, but all the other ones as well. They've got a like a clear, bright, open tone about them. By no means thin, but they've got I almost want to say like a high definition sound. It's super clear, and all of them have that in common. I think that's why it appeals to so many of the fingerstylers, because especially when you have a light touch, these guitars take virtually no energy to start playing. You while we're playing here, this guitar is singing. It's so lightable, it's so efficient. It just wants to make sound. So it's very responsive to a light touch, which brings me to my second point. Talking about a light touch, the dynamic response of this guitar, especially when it comes to the volume of the plucked harmonics. For example, if you just go to the 12th fret, and the volume of those two notes versus the volume of, it's a different tone, but it's almost at the same volume. Which is amazing, and that's something that's very common.
It makes it easy to play.
Exactly. It's so easy to play, and it's not hard to get that note out. And then the third thing is, and I think we can ascribe that to the combination of the rosewood and the Sitka top. The overtone content in each note individually, but also if you throw a few notes together and you build a chord, the overtone content, hopefully you can hear that from the clips. At the end of the clips where we sustain the notes, the overtones are absolutely lush. It's, you know, it almost surprises me, the notes that jump out of there. It's not a note that you fretted, but somewhere, somehow, a note pops out of there. And that's really inspirational, you know, as an artist. It's really inspirational to play, because that note might lead on to your next note and just spark an idea. And also, you know, if you're just playing around, it's so rewarding because it's so lush. There's so many things going on due to that overtone content. So it's really a colorful tone. And I dig playing this guitar for that reason.
I had to force Stefan to only name 3. You would see on the video that he slipped in one between number 1 and 2 about being energy efficient, a very responsive guitar. But it's an amazing guitar, and you will have to come through to experience this for yourself. And that's what we're all about. We're not an online store with a catalog. We actually have physical stock here for you to come and try. Thank you for watching. We really do appreciate it, and we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.